Good morning, brush monkeys. As some of you may know, if you've seen the video or you've seen the link in my video description down below, I started an Amazon wish list just to kind of give my supporters and subscribers another way to support me. If you didn't want to just give cash on Patreon, you can go on the Amazon wish list and send me miniatures, because that's really what this channel is all about, is painting miniatures. Well, a friend of mine, one of my supporters, went on my wish list and did just that. Got me these. These are Arcadia Quest expansions. I've got Haldor and Brenna, a couple of Vikings there, and it's got me the Pet Pack 2, which comes with Willem, Joey, and Dawn. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do a separate video, or actually a couple of videos on these guys, so I'm going to put them aside. But I wanted to start in on these. This video is going to be mostly around Brenna, but I wanted to do an unboxing and take a look at these, because I've never actually played Arcadia Quest. I put the game on my wish list too, because it comes with a bunch of miniatures in it, but I put these on my list because they're chibis, and I've, with the exception of some Reaper Bonsylvanians, I've never really painted chibis before. It's kind of a different art style, different painting style, and so I wanted something different to do. So, let me get that out of the way there. Alright, so they come with these cards. I mean, I'm having to, like, cut a lot of plastic here. By the way, I wouldn't recommend doing this if you got these, like, shrink-wrapped plastic cards. Don't cut them open with an X-Acto knife. You'll cut the cards, unless you're really careful. I'm doing this because I lack fingernails. So, it happens. Alright, so Haldor, Brenna, Haldor. Okay, I got stat card, I guess they're special attack cards, and then I've got them in Italian and German, French, Spanish. Yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of a lot. So that whole pack of cards, you got two that you use. One, I guess it's a special ability for for each of them, and then you've got those same cards in like 5 other languages. So that's kind of interesting. Just gonna put those aside. Not sure what I'm going to do with the other languages. But the cool thing about the stat cards is they got really nice full color pictures of what the characters look like. So that is going to come in handy when it comes to painting them. These are really packaged well. There we go. I think I'm done with that. And I was wrong. There is yet another piece of tape. There we go. Alright, so just taking a first impression look at these. These are really kind of nice. I mean, they kind of look like they're 3D printed, but I don't think they are. Oh, I don't know. Nope, there's a mold line. It's not a very big mold line, though. And it seems like it's pretty easily cleaned up. The plastic appears to be somewhat between Reaper Bones and Reaper Bones Black. It's not quite as hard as the black, but it's not quite as soft as the regular Bones figures either. The eyes are really nicely molded. I mean, if you're going to paint according to the color scheme here, it's going to be real easy to do because they very clearly define. Let's see if I can zoom in on her a little bit here. Oop, A little too much there. Come on, there we go. So you can see where they really clearly define the iris and the pupil on both eyes. So painting chibi eyes is kind of a difficult thing to do. So I'm kind of glad they went that route and made it easier on me. This guy just looks angry as all F. He's got kind of veins sticking out on his arms. And like body hair like a mofo. Looks like a dry brush his arms. This guy's got a little bit more in the way of mold lines, but I'm going to get to him tomorrow. For right now, I just want to make sure these will fit in the... Hey, they do. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, they sort of stay in the Citadel handle, but there's no beveled edge, so they're not real secure in there. She's got a little bit more of a beveled edge. I think she'll stay. But yeah, these are going to be interesting. These are going to be fun to paint. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off for now. Big shout out to Lisa Marenghi who sent these to me. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, I'm going to get out of these 2 boxes, I'm going to get about 4 videos. Because I'm going to do one on her, one on him next week. And then 2 on these 3 characters. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and shut off now. Big thanks to Lisa for sending these to me. If anybody else wants to check out my Amazon wish list, the link's in the video description below. Go check it out. And I will see you guys in a bit once I've picked out the paints for her. See you soon. Bye. Alright, we're back, and we've got Brenna all nice and primered up. She's ready to be painted. I've got the card here for the color references. I kind of want to paint them as close to the artwork as possible. But you'll notice with these, I don't have a whole lot of... I don't have any shade washes, and I've only got the one contrast paint. That's because, for the most part, chibis don't have quite as much texture or detail for that contrast to really work right. The exception on her being her hair. She's got a lot of texture on the hair back here. And so I wanted to at least base that with the contrast paint. Everything else, you're pretty much just going from the darkest color up to the lightest color. So like for the skin, I've got Bugman's Glow, and then I've got Cadian Flesh Tone, Kislev Flesh, and then Reaper Master Series Fair Skin for the utmost highlights. And you just start out with the darkest color and go up from the lightest. So the Bugman's Glow will show in the spaces between her fingers, and like right below her crown here, around her eyes. That's probably going to be the shade around her eyes, and then I'll paint the whites in later over that. It's not going to be a whole lot of, maybe a little bit of skin showing on her, but anyway, the hair is going to be that end in yellow, and then I'm going to highlight it with Reaper Master Series Golden Blonde. Everything else is going to be just like that. You start out with the darkest color, and you highlight with the light color. Just go up from there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and go do her flesh and her hair, and probably her eyes, and then we'll come back and take a look at the card and go from there. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, just wanted to do a quick update here before I got too carried away. As you can see, I finished her skin and hair. All that hair. Holy shit. So much hair. And her eyes. And she's looking really good. I really like how all this came out. Started in on the metallics. So I've got her crown almost done. I got to do the gold on it. A little bit of V of gold right there in the front. And then I based all the steels. I haven't layered them yet. Going off this card here, which I really like the image on the card, and you can kind of see how close she is to it. I know the blue here is lighting, and that's on her hair as well, so I'm not going to worry about that, but I'm wondering if the purple on the breastplate there is lighting or not, because it looks like it is on the sword. But I think what I'm probably going to do is just go ahead and paint it purple. And then her skirt is going to be based with gray and then layered with Ulthorn gray and maybe a little edge highlight of white. I'm not going to do a whole lot of white on her, but it's going to give the impression of being white. And then her boots and the leathers and everything will be brown. But I'm really liking how she's turned out so far. I think she looks really good. I think that metallic blue on her crown just looks amazing. So I'm going to finish up the metallics here, and then I'll come back and go from there. Alright? So we'll see you soon. Alright, Brush Monkeys, I'm back. And I wanted to do a quick update now that I got the metallics done. And you can see she's looking all blinged out and spiffy. I did kind of a true metallic metal thing on her shield. I know it's kind of hard to tell on that, but there's lighter silver around the outer edge here, around the outer edge of the circle. Also, her breastplate, looking at the artwork here, I wasn't sure if that was intended to be purple fabric, because it kind of looks like a crop top on there, but on her it kind of looks like armor. And same with her headband. I realized the headband was purple. So what I did was I based the breastplate in purple. I used Vallejo Model Color Violet. Did the whole thing in a dark purple. And then I layered it in metallic purple. Which in this case I used Scale 75 Amethyst Alchemy. And that's why I got that nice little metallic purple color on her breastplate. And I did her crown the same way. I know I based it in blue originally, but looking at the artwork I realized it was supposed to be purple, so I went ahead and went over with the with the Amethyst Alchemy. So yeah, she's looking pretty good. All I got left to do is her leather and her fabric and that sword hilt. Got to do that. That looks like it's purple on the art, but a lot of stuff looks like it's purple on the art. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it purple. And then her boots will be 2 shades of brown, as well as the leather straps. I don't know if you can see that little strap right there, strap there, and strap on the side. And then her belt, of course, will be brown. And then her skirt is going to be that gray shaded with, or dark gray shaded with a highlighted, with a lighter gray, if I can manage to talk. But she's coming along pretty well. I don't think the camera really does her justice, because the light's reflecting off the crown and making it look lighter blue than it is, making it look silver. So you get that lighter blue. The hair looks amazing. I'm really liking how she's turning out so far. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and get back to work. So I will see you guys in a minute. Alright, Brush Monkeys, quick update time. Oops, got way too deep into her there. There we go. Okay, so I did the boots, sort of. Haven't finished the main body of the boots yet, but I did the rest of her leather straps on her arms, her shoulder pads, bodice there, her belt. And I started doing the skirt, but the underlayer of the darker gray, I decided to go with Vallejo Game Color Heavy Blue Gray as the base color for the skirt, instead of starting out with the old Citadel Elven Gray. And then I'll layer it in the Elven Gray and the Ulthorn Gray, kind of bring it up to looking like the white on the card. See? and I'll kind of give it that bluish tint that it has there too. But yeah, I started layering it, and it turns out the under layer is still kind of wet. So, and the boots are still wet, so I can't layer them yet either. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here, let those dry, and then when I come back, I'll layer the boots and layer the skirt, and then hopefully by then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the basing. So she's coming along pretty well. I really like how it's looking so far. Really kind of fun painting this because it's a different kind of figure than I normally paint. So it's interesting to see how this is turning out. So looking forward to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off right now, and then when I come back, I'll show you what the finished layered boots and skirt look like, and then we'll get into doing the base. I've decided I'm probably going to do the base as a scenic base rather than just do like a black game piece base, and I'm going to use the Reaper Basic Dirt for the base, and then I'm going to put some Sterling mud on there, and then a little bit of snow flocking once that dries, and kind of make it look like a dirt base but with some snow, which I think will be appropriate for the Valkyrie. And then the Viking guy Haldor here, we'll do that next week, and I'll probably do him the same way. Do his base the same way anyway. So yeah, I think that's gonna work out nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, and then we'll come back in a little bit. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so I've got her skirt layered up, and I've got the base painted, the base band painted, and as you can see I put her on this cork so that I can paint the base band. And the only thing I got left to do is the basing. She's looking really good. I'm really pretty happy with her. I had a little moment of panic a moment ago when I went to push her down on the base. Didn't realize, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I got a little bit of purple paint on my thumb. And I went to go push her down onto the base and realized that she had this big spot of purple paint right on her cheek. So I had to repaint the cheek. I had to redo the hair. You can see the hair is still kind of wet there with the eye end in yellow. And when that's dry, then I'll go ahead and layer it up like I did the rest of it, so it'll match. But man, I was really kind of mad about that. But other than that, she's looking really good. I'm really happy with how she's coming out. I think it's kind of interesting to go from the hyper-realistic stuff that I normally do to the kind of cartoony chibi style like this. This has been a really fun miniature to paint, and I hope the next one is going to be as much fun, because I'm really kind of liking this style, and I really think I'm going to dig painting more of the Arcadia Quest figures. So I may have to get my hands on some more of those. The pets are going to be kind of fun when I get to them. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to let the rest of that, you can see the base is still kind of wet. I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to be putting Sterling mud on it. And once that dries, I will dry brush it with Sylvaneth bark, and then put a little bit of this Army Painter snow flock on there. And this stuff is just, I bought it because I was doing an experiment with some Space Wolves I was painting, trying to get the most realistic looking snow effects. And and I tried this stuff. I tried the white texture paint, and I tried, there was another method of doing it that involved white glue and something else. I can't remember what it was, but and I don't really remember which one I ended up going with. Clearly not, well, I might have used this one for some of them, but yeah, I ended up getting this whole thing of flock for like $5, and then since I hardly ever paint snow bases, I hardly ever used any of it. But I'll be using it for Brenna here once he's done up, and I'll be using it for Haldor base. This guy, this is who we're painting next. And I'll be using it for his base as well. So that's going to be fun. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take a break and let that dry, and then we'll come back and base her up. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, and there she is. Brenna, the Shield Maiden, is for Arcadia Quest, is all finished. Her base is all snowy. She's matte sealed and it's looking good. So I'm going to call this young lady done. So that's going to wrap it up for this week. Next week we will start in on the Viking Haldor and the Viking Berserker, it looks like. And he'll be another Arcadia Quest figure. And it's going to be fun. Alright. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more and want to be notified when new videos come out. Check out the links in the video description for links to our Patreon page and our Instagram, so you can see all the different ways that you can support me in doing what I do, and get your hands on some of these miniatures that I've painted if you want one of your own. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook if you want to see updates and see when new videos get posted. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.